Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever wondered what actually happens when you cross free markets with government planning? Well, you basically get the ultimate cooperative game. We call it a mixed economy. Think of it like a massive, dual-engine system where the private sector and the public sector have to coexist and work together to power the whole machine.
Imagine you're standing right on the borderline of this game board. Look to your right, and you've got profit-driven private firms throwing up these towering, shiny skyscrapers. But then, look to your left, and you'll see the government building public metro stations and essential infrastructure to keep the city moving. They are literally sharing the exact same map, but they're playing by wildly different rules.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the economic decisions are actually shared. It is not a solo mission. You've got your free market tycoon, right? And they're producing exactly what consumers want, purely to maximize their own profit. But simultaneously, you have the government commander planning for the overall welfare of the nation. They have to actively co-pilot the entire economy.
And this brilliantly illustrates how those double play mechanics actually work in practice. The private sector is totally driven by the price mechanism. They're chasing those high profits by finding the absolute cheapest, most efficient ways to meet consumer demand. Meanwhile, the public sector steps in as a planning authority. They're focused on hitting big national objectives like generating employment and economic growth. And while the tycoon is busy making money, the commander is watching over the private sector with monetary policies, fiscal taxes, and price controls, just to keep the whole game in check.
So the crucial point is figuring out who they're actually producing all this stuff for. Private markets naturally cater to high-income earners, the folks who have the purchasing power to buy luxury goods. But obviously, a society just can't survive on luxury alone. That's exactly where the public sector steps up to the plate, making sure there's an adequate supply of basic necessities for absolutely everyone else. Basically, if the market leaves a gap, the government is there to fill it.
It really is the ultimate balancing act. You've got efficiency and massive wealth creation on one side, and then you have welfare, careful planning, and stability on the other. Neither one of these players can run the board all by themselves. So, who wins the ultimate balancing act? Well, I want you to think about that the next time you grab a latte from a private cafe, right before tapping your card to hop on a public metro train.